We're here at Vortech Superchargers to talk to Lance Keck, and before we get into some of your new products for 2015 Mustangs and other applications, let's talk about some of the cool engineering that goes into your product.
Probably some of the coolest engineering is our compressor designs. It's all computer driven.
When you go through the engineering into one of these, take me through some of the steps of how it is engineered. Do you start with the impeller? Do you start, or as the compressor might be called, do you start with the design of where the airflow is? I mean, take us through the steps of engineering.
Typically, it starts with the impeller itself. Once we have decided on what some of the parameters are, we can go into and start feeding that into our computer models. Once we see some of the models and CFD, that kind of stuff, then we'll start pushing towards the volute design.
As far as going into some of the other products, now you also have a lineup of intercoolers that are going to be for the 2015 Mustang. Talk about some of that engineering and what goes into, what goes into a Mustang that a lot of people have said is too good to make better. You guys are going to prove them wrong by some of your products.
We are. We have a very efficient charge cooler system for both the 2015 Mustang 5.0 Coyote as well as the EcoBoost systems. We're going to offer both.
And what is the advantage of your system versus the factory?
Larger cores, more heat dissipation, less pressure drop across the core, larger discharge ducts from either the supercharger or the OE turbocharger.
Let's talk about the specific application of the Vortech Superchargers and the 5.0 Mustangs and what you guys have put together for the new Mustang 5.0.
The 5.0 Mustang, it'll have our Vortech V3 SI version, self-contained, self-lubricated, and then it'll flow into our large charge cooler, very efficient.
And where are we looking at for horsepower number gains on that?
Crankshaft horsepower numbers should be in the mid 600s.
And very streetable, of course, because with the fuel management system, you're not worried about that kind of thing.
Right, right.
Talk about the fact that it's not just Ford. It's Ford, Chevy, and Dodge, and pretty much anyone that wants more air in their air pump.
Absolutely. We can absolutely add power to whether it's a John Deere tractor or a Coyote Ford motor. Sure.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the race applications, because as much as it's cool to have a nice street car, let's talk about the big stuff, the fun stuff. Let's talk about some of the biggest stuff. Obviously, these dedicated race applications and what people can look for if they want to have maximum horsepower at the racetrack.
Sure. We have a number of units that are class legal, anything from X275 to a Renegade racer. We do a lot of stuff like what you'll see on our Coyote stuff where they run true street. We go all the way up to our biggest unit, which is a V28 128 unit, capable of well in excess of 50 pounds.
All right, if people want more information about the big dog stuff that you got for things like race applications or the 5.0 or even the EcoBoost applications, where do they go?
VortechSuperchargers.com.
All right, and that's going to conclude our stop right here at Vortech Superchargers. Power Automedia. We'll see you soon.